Hello, Women of the Channel Leadership Network. I'm Jackie Rives, your community leader, and welcome to another Woman of the Week. This week, I'm super excited to introduce you to Mariah Cyphers, Enablement Specialist for System Engineering with Veeam. Hi, Mariah. Thank you for being here today.
Hi there, Jackie. Thank you for having me.
Well, amazing. Let's dive into those icebreakers to start with. And so we'll start with, where do you live and where did you grow up, if that's different?
So I now live in Arizona, so northwest of Phoenix area, but I grew up in Alaska. So spent a full
Oh,
18
wow.
years there, and then I was ready for sunshine. So I picked the complete opposite.
Yeah, I'll say that's pretty cool though.
Yeah,
I've never been to Alaska and it's on my bucket list.
go.
All right. What is a little known fact about you?
A little known fact. I grew up doing competitive cheer my whole life and then aged out when I was 18. So that's a little bit of the competitive spirit stays in me. And I would like to say it was probably from that and my coaches that have stuck with me for so long. So it served me well.
I love it. So you mentioned your competitive nature. I was going to say this for the end, but I'll just go ahead and say it now. So something amazing I can share about you is that you were the winner of our first Women of the Channel Leadership Network scavenger hunts at our Women of the Channel East event in New York City just a couple of months ago. And not only did you win a ticket to attend East or West this year, but you gifted it to one of your teammates. And I just think that's super inspiring and just wanted to, just share that with our community on, how amazing of a thing you did for your teammates. So
Thank you. I had the opportunity to learn and connect with so many women, have several mentors coming out of it. So the opportunity to share it with a teammate meant so much more to me than taking that opportunity for myself again.
and I love that. Absolutely amazing. All right. Well, if that doesn't kind of differentiate yourself, why don't you share with our community members other ways that you differentiate yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's two ways or things that I differentiate myself by. Some people may think they're a little controversial, but nothing we can't record for. The first one is my anxiety. I use that to my advantage. And the second one is being in an organization that is 98.4% male dominated.
Wow. That's a pretty high statistic.
Yeah. So no exaggeration. So I'll touch on both of those for you. So with my anxiety, it is my superpower. I always use it to think through of all the potential issues, complications, scenarios. So then when I go into, the program, the event, the conversation, I will have thought through those scenarios. So then I know to trust myself that, hey, you've prepared. You've came to this with a solid mind. But with that, I do have to keep in mind in my personal life, prioritizing slowing down and taking time for self-care. Because if I'm not filling my cup up outside of work, when I'm in work, high anxiety, high moving environment, at Veeam, we call it Veeam speed. Literally, sometimes things happen within 15, 20 minutes before things are happening. So being an anxious person, I just have to take that time and set apart. But like I said, it's definitely my superpower, my advantage.
I love that you have taken that and flipped it. I hear you. No secret, I've had some social anxiety, especially on stage. And so I can totally relate to what you're saying. And I never thought about it that way before. So thank you for sharing that. It definitely resonated with me, and I know that will resonate with others.
Yeah, we should talk about it because we don't live in silence. I
I
would say
agree.
most high performing, high successful people, like what what drives them? It's not the coffee. It's not that they want to make more money. It's an internal thing that just happens. And my little friend is called anxiety. So,
I love it. I love it.
and then I'll touch on the other part for you, Jackie. So I work in an org or support them 98.4% male. And that also does work to my advantage because I am seen as having a unique voice. Therefore, that they make space at the table for me, which I know doesn't always happen, but I'm so blessed to be in an organization and support that does, that they want to hear my side of things. They want to hear my voice and opinion. So I have an unwavering level of support from the leaders. While I don't love that statistic, I know that they are trying to expand it. So conversations like this of exposing for women in technologies, it's just kind of a part of that empowering conversation. So again, that could sometimes be seen as maybe a disadvantage, but for me, it's a huge advantage.
Absolutely. I love that you shared that as well. And I would definitely refer others in the community who maybe didn't catch it. We did a blog late fall last year on the Women in Green of Veeam. So I would definitely suggest y'all check that out too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a chapter leader for Arizona. And then I have another team member and my leader. We're all plugged in. We've taken over Women in Green.
I love it. You might be small, but you are mighty over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. All right. So, how do you continue to grow and develop as a leader?
Oh my gosh. So for me, developing as a leader, I don't sit in a role that I have individuals under me, but I've always thought of myself as a leader. I'm always willing to step up and go above and beyond. But I want to say that I'm very purposeful in what I say yes to. And if I feel that I'm being spread too thin, I delegate items to others when necessary, but I'm doing that again purposefully. So if I'm giving something that's delegated to a colleague or teammate, it's not just because I want to delegate it, it's because I know that they might have a strength or see something that I'm missing. So I think just having that ability to be reflective about that. I'm such a people pleaser. I want to say yes to everyone. I want to meet everyone and do everything that I can when people reach out to me. But I have to go back to focusing on my strengths and working to develop my areas of weakness. But I'm definitely not afraid to reach out, ask for help. Absolutely love my current role that I'm in, but I would eventually like to grow into something else. So taking on opportunities like 10% projects or going to a Women of the Channel conference, attending any online webinars, opportunities like this, I really try to say yes because it just grows me and pushes me outside of my comfort zone.
I love it. I love that you're so in tune with not only what you need, but making space for those around you as well.
Yeah,
Those are
we
really
can we
great,
can thank my
great
mother,
skills.
who's a psychologist, for that. So I have a lot of self-reflection that I've grown up with, and it has again served me well.
Yeah, and I love it. And you're sharing it. And that's the most important thing. You're pouring into the other women in our community with these insights that you've
Yeah.
gained, which is amazing. Okay. What are some best practices you use to manage your time? This is always one of my favorite
This
ones.
this is always a good one. I'm always curious to know how other people do it, especially like in their home personal lives. For me, time management is really all about boundaries. I think that's the core of it. So I
Hmm.
need to know what items are a priority to me. So again, that's a lot of self-reflection. That changes with the season, that changes with different things in my life. So I'm not very regimented in that way. But I focus on keeping an open line of communication between my team, my leaders, having that flow and open. But I would say strategically and concretely, when I'm on a meeting, I brain dump. What my final product is always put together. My notebook is absolute chaos. But what I do, I take the chaos, I go through and I pull out those action items and I put them into notion.com, not sponsored,
Mm.
put them into Notion. And then I pull those things out into my calendar as action items. And then I go back through and I color code them based on priorities. If you look at my calendar, it looks like a rainbow. And that's just the way that I have to roll. You feel me. I know you do.
Yes, I 100% do.
It's It's the way it is. So it goes from chaos to like this very put together thing. I will also say in my personal life, my husband's a pilot. I also travel a little bit for work. So it's chaos, like weird ships passing in the night sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a shared calendar, and of course it's color coded, like what he's going to, I'm going to, what we're going to together. And I just implement that. I think like one last piece that I'll share on time management is scheduling time with yourself is just
Mm-hmm.
as important as scheduling time with others. So my team knows if I have time blocked off on my calendar, like that is just as important as if I'm in a meeting with a VP, because again, I need to take that time and reflection and figure out, what is my priority and have my focus program time, and putting myself on do not disturb. I am not ashamed to put myself on do not disturb and take the time that I need to. So those are my secret power tips.
I love them all. You're totally speaking to me on the whole color coding, like anything that's organizational. I'm
Yes.
like, I get giddy about it
Giddy.
almost. And yeah. So like the
Giddy.
poker face goes away and I'm like, yes, I love
Yay!
this.
So fun. I know my friend's moving into a new house. And I'm like, let me come organize it for you. Like nothing fulfills me more than that. So that's a
Yep.
special hobby of mine.
Yep. Yep. I feel like I'm just talking to, my younger self. I love it. I'm so excited that, you were able to schedule time with us and allow the community to not only get to know you, but celebrate you, Mariah, as one of our Women of the Week for this week. So thank you.
Thank you, Jackie, for having me. I really, really appreciate it.
All right, community members, please be sure to give Mariah shout outs, share your tips. I'm sure she would love to hear what insights you have as well. Until next time, happy Wednesday.